Carlo Gambino was born in Palermo, Sicily on August 24, 1902, to a family that belonged to the Sicilian Mafia from the Passo di Rigano neighborhood. Gambino entered the United States on December 23, 1921 at Norfolk, Virginia, as a stowaway on the SS Vincenzo Florio. He made his way to New York City to join his cousins, the Castellanos, and work for a small trucking firm owned by their family. In 1932, Gambino married one of his cousins, because hey, why not? Her name was Catherine Castellano, and she was the sister of future Gambino family boss Paul Castellano. They raised 4 children together. In New York, Gambino joined a criminal organization headed by Joe Masseria, another Sicilian-born gangster. By the early 1930s, Masseria found himself in a fierce rivalry with Salvatore Maranzano, the head of a rival family. When the war between the two families began turning poorly for Masseria, his second-in-command, Charles Lucky Luciano, saw an opportunity to switch allegiances. In a secret deal with Maranzano, he agreed to engineer Masseria's death in return for taking over Masseria's rackets and becoming Maranzano's lieutenant. On April 15, 1931, Masseria was killed at Nuova Villa Tamaro, a restaurant on Coney Island, ending the war between the two families. Gambino was arrested in 1937 for tax evasion related to operating a million-gallon distillery in Philadelphia. He served 22 months in prison at the United States Penitentiary in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, the only period in his long criminal career during which he was incarcerated. And then skipping over 2 decades, more murders, assassinations, and overall death than I can cover in a 3-minute short, and we get to 1957, and Gambino is now finally the boss. And then, on January 26, 1962, Luciano would die of a heart attack, making Gambino not just the boss, but the boss of bosses and the leader of the commission. Under Carlo's leadership, the Gambino crime family had 500 soldiers and over 1,000 associates. In 1963, Joseph Bonanno, the head of the Bonanno crime family, made plans to assassinate several rivals on the commission. Bosses Gambino, Lucchese, and Stefano Magandino, as well as Frank Di Simone. But ultimately, the plan would fall through due to incompetence all around, and Gambino would continue to reign supreme until his death on October 15, 1976, at the age of 74. Gambino died at his Massapequa home in early morning hours of Friday, having watched the television broadcast of the New York Yankees winning the American League pennant the previous evening. The official cause of death was a heart attack, and just like that, after over 50 years, the criminal reign of Carlo Gambino, the boss of bosses, was at an end.